Tap, tap, tap in. Yeah, I wonder if, like, nah, it kind of looks the same.
Let's jump right into it, Larson. What's your lock of the week?
Yeah,
No, I
so
can't give right now.
Give it to me.
All right, let me see what I got here. I got some good ones. Y'all liked Ole Miss, didn't you?
I like Ole Miss a lot. I think it's worth the money line. If you could sprinkle, it's worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to go Alabama.
I think
I like Alabama a lot.
I think that Alabama's team this year is, significantly worse than it was last year, and Ole Miss is better than they were last year. So I think it's kind of like, I don't know. Plus, like, I'm not even saying I like the over more than anything. Like, I think they're going to score 100 points each. Like,
I kind of like the under.
I mean, it's a ton of points. It's a ton of
79 points. Like, if one team doesn't show up, and I also think Alabama's defense isn't that bad.
Yeah,
it's
like
not
they return most
it's,
of their starters from last.
I mean, they just clearly haven't looked that good this year. I mean, they couldn't stop Florida there.
What the hell is that noise, buddy?
What was that?
What was that noise?
What'd I do?
I don't know. Something stupid. Don't worry, no one's even in here. So, honestly, I put this as one of my locks: Virginia over Miami today. So make a little Thursday money. Virginia can score. I mean, I think Miami's one of the worst teams in the FBS. I mean, they're just miserable. They're a miserable team. I mean, they got absolutely squashed by Michigan State, who's not a good team at all. You saw what Alabama did to them, and that's more of a sign of Miami being terrible than Alabama being some great dynasty-looking team. I think Alabama's really good, but that was pathetic. I think Miami's just awful. Virginia can score, high-scoring offense. They didn't show that against Wake, but, dude, anyone who watches, Wake is one of the most underrated teams. And
I like Wake. Yes, Wake
they're a
nice.
team. They're a good team. So I had Wake last week, but I think Virginia they'll be able to put up some points, and this should be a good game in Miami. I don't like that 50% of the people are on an underdog with me in Virginia, but I don't think it matters. I think Miami's still overvalued.
I think South Carolina could be on upset watch. Troy is not that bad, and South Carolina is pretty bad. Like,
I think Troy's a good bet too.
I like it a lot. I took Troy and I did their money line. I love Troy.
I think
that might be my lock. Actually, I don't know.
That could be worth the sprinkle for sure. That money line could work out for you.
Yeah, I mean, Troy beat LSU that one year.
That's true.
Also, UCLA could embarrass LSU even more this week and lose to Arizona State. Like they really could, which would be. You don't think so? I think Herm's got the boys. Herm's got the Sun Devils churning.
You don't care about what?
I don't care if UCLA loses; they can lose every game the rest of the season. LSU's winning out, so it's not, I'm really not that worried. Here we go. Iowa at Maryland on Friday. This has got to be a trap. This is the biggest trap bet on the whole board. Like Maryland plus 3.
Yes.
They have to win outright, right? Because that is the biggest trap bet on the board. Yeah, Tua's second in Talia, not Tua. Talia's second in the QBR in the whole country this year.
I took Maryland's spread. I mean, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I mean Maryland's turning around. I mean, Loxley's got the boys moving down there. My mom went there. I mean, I'll be a little turtle this Friday. Nothing wrong with turtling up on a Friday.
Terps up.
Terps.
Oh, yeah, but fear the turtle, motherfucker.
I like Purdue over as a favorite against Minnesota. I think Purdue's really good, but it has that trap feeling, just a bit. But
Minnesota screwed me last week. Did y'all see what they did?
No.
They were 32-point favorites against Bowling Green. They lost. They
Minnesota?
Just straight up lost. Yeah, Minnesota.
Minnesota
that was Minnesota?
Yeah.
Oh, then I like Purdue even more.
Yeah,
Minnesota sucks.
Which brings me even to another lock. What's the team? Rutgers over Ohio State. Rutgers is going to win that straight up. Ohio State is that bad.
Really?
Rutgers fucked me last
Ohio
week.
State is that bad. Why? Rutgers covered by 13.
Oh, well, then your boys 11-13.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're an idiot. Maybe check.
So you did that. You just wrote it wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Rutgers.
11.
Greg Schiano.
Well, I mean, they're getting 15 points. I don't know. Like Ohio State couldn't even cover 15 against like Tulsa.
Yeah, Ohio State sucks.
Ohio,
Clemson should
I
be
mean,
unranked.
Caleb
Clemson
Stroud
should be unranked.
shouldn't be starting anywhere. He's a garbage can. I can't believe people had him as like a Heisman favorite coming into the year. Like it just shows you like how much Ohio State and Clemson and these teams have dominated. Because like they just assume like Spencer Rattler is going to be like Baker Mayfield and Caleb Stroud's going to be the next Dwayne Haskins, and it's just hilarious because he's terrible. And I mean,
CJ Stroud
Clemson
sucks. CJ Stroud is
DJ Ugalele or whatever. He's going to be Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he's awful. So it's about time we get some like cyclical action in college football, and we're actually going to have like maybe a new champion, hopefully.
If Alabama Cincinnati. We like Cincinnati this week, don't we?
I took Cincinnati minus 2.5. I took the Bearcats. I think they're a significantly better team than Notre Dame. I still don't believe in Notre Dame. That Wisconsin game was. I mean, Wisconsin just can't score, like which has been Wisconsin's problem for like 15 years. Like they just have no offense, and they made some mistakes at the end of the game. It was really just a slugfest that turned into a blowout late. I still don't believe in Notre Dame. And I think what you said, Larson's right. Is like they have a chance to make the playoff, a real chance to make the playoff this year if they're ever going to do it. And they got to make a statement against Notre Dame if that's going to happen.
This is their only chance to get like an actual big win. They need to go ahead and do it. And I'm glad that you brought up Wisconsin because I didn't bet that game. I just bet Wisconsin's team total, which was 22. I bet it under. Like, they have not scored anywhere close to 22 the entire season. There's no way. The most points Michigan's given up all year is 14. Wisconsin has scored 13 and 10 against their real teams. I mean, go out and score 22. Like, I will eat my words if they score 22.
Yeah, I like that bet too. Yeah, I'm staying away from it because, I mean, I do think Wisconsin could win a home game against a Michigan team that, I mean, they've obviously, like, they've covered against some bad teams, but this is their first real game, and they're still going on the road into a rowdy environment against a pissed-off team that just came off a loss. So, I mean, I still think Wisconsin could easily win that game straight up. So I'm staying away from that side of it, but I do like the under 22. It could be a slugfest. Let's see. I mean, obviously, your Bulldogs got Arkansas this week. 18.5. That's a crazy line. 72% of the bettors I'm looking at right now are on the Pigs, which just tells you, like, this is obviously a trap. But, I mean, it's hard for me to, like, actually say, like, hey, I'm going to bet Georgia minus 18.5 here.
Yeah, I'm not betting it. I actually did Arkansas money line just to cover all my bases in case Georgia loses. But I don't know. I mean, look, they beat Texas A&M. Arkansas beat Texas A&M, but like Texas A&M is not good. Like this is a completely different.
No, I was talking to someone. I mean, the Aggies suck. I mean, they're not going anywhere. They're losing 5 games this year. They'll lose 5 games this year. They're a trash team. So
yeah,
I'm not like
this is a different level.
Yes, and I think I wouldn't say it's a letdown. It kind of is a letdown spot though. Like that's another huge win under Arkansas's belt, and then they come and play a noon game, and say what you want, but it's hard to get up for a road noon game, and
they're at Ole Miss next week.
Yeah, so
one of their actual rivals.
Yeah, I mean, I know Sam Pittman. This is a big game for him, so I don't know. There's a lot of ingredients to this game. It's definitely the most interesting of the weekend, in my opinion. But 18.5, that's a lot of points, especially if you're a Georgia offense. That the last time they played a good defense, they didn't even score a touchdown. So so that kind of scares me as far as I think JT Daniels is better than that, but still that's a lot of points. I think they're going to need a turnover if they're going to cover that game, like a big pick six or something. Which they could get.
I mean, I'm waiting for the Georgia pick six on their first possession, or we fumble at our own 20, or something like that. Something will go wrong to start the game. I feel it.
I'm pumped to watch it. I mean, this whole slate for college football just gets me going.
It's a good one. This is a very.
good one. I'm rock hard for college football this weekend.
Yes.
Let's see. We already said Notre Dame. That line is down to 1.5. We talked about that. Talked about Rutgers.
K-State.
I mean, how about another trap here? I mean, you got FSU getting favored by 4.5, not just like a little bit. They're favored by 4.5 against Syracuse, who's 3-1. FSU hasn't won a game Syracuse just beat Liberty. I mean who should FSU be favored against? They lost to Jacksonville State at home. I don't care. I'm taking that cheese all day. I feel like if I don't bet on that, I'll be pissed when Syracuse wins by 30.
Yeah.
So
I got nothing on it.
Yeah, I'll take the orange. I don't know a single player on either team, but fuck it.
What about Oregon and Stanford? I think that line should be like 10.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that line. I thought it should be huge. I think that's a trap.
That's such a trap.
That's definitely a trap. Definitely a trap.
But didn't you take Oregon?
But these are my traps. Baby.
Yeah, I think Oregon. That line makes no sense in my head at all. It should be a 2-possession line.
Yeah.
As good as Oregon is, like their biggest margin of victory the whole season has been against Ohio State.
Right? Are they that good? Is Oregon that?
I don't know.
Their
no, I think Ohio
is
State
good.
is that bad. I think Ohio State is that bad.
I think their defense is for real. In terms of not compared to Georgia, but like if they can't stop Stanford's offense, I think Stanford is bad. I do not like Stanford at all. I don't know.
I think Ohio State could legit lose 4 or 5 games this year, which is crazy. I think they're that bad.
I think Clemson should not be ranked, and I'm betting against them this week.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took their team total under 31. They've scored nowhere close to that this year.
I keep betting Clemson saying
they're going to turn it
around. They're going to turn around. Yeah. They just never do. So I'm not going to bet them this week, and I'm sure this is the week that they win by 20. Or I'll bet like Boston College, and this will be the week they just absolutely blow out a team. Because that's just how it works.
Will score 48 this week or something.
I like the Eagles.
How about the tricky line? How about this line that's been coming down? And I actually think, I talked about Texas A&M being a bad team. I think this is a game they could straight up lose against Mississippi State this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could lose to Mississippi State straight up. I think A&M's that bad. The 2 games that they've played against decent opponents, they scored 17 total points. Their offense is just non-existent. Jimbo Fisher's the most overrated coach in football. The guy's a bum. Texas A&M will never do anything with him there, and they won't get anything any better. It's a trash program. Fuck them.
It's an under game for me. What a boring game. Their colors are boring. Their offenses are boring. Everything's boring. Actually, is Mississippi State boring? Or are they just not really good?
I think they're just not good. Mike Leach is at least interesting. At least Mike Leach is interesting.
LSU did not look overly impressive against them last week.
Well, I don't think Mississippi State's a terrible team.
I don't think they're good.
They're not good.
Quarterback is trash.
They're not good, but they're good enough to beat a trash team like Texas A&M.
Is Texas A&M 7 points better than Mississippi State? Probably not.
Texas A&M just pisses me off because they always get. Alex, you were sipping on their titties earlier.
Well, their defense is still good. It's not bad. Their offense is just horrible.
There is nothing good about Texas A&M. They are LSU level bad. They are LSU level bad. I'm taking Mississippi State in that one, and I feel comfortable. I'm taking those 7 points, and I think they're gonna. Can Texas A&M even score more than 7 points? I don't know.
No. Their offense is horrible.
That's why it's an under game.
Yeah, I'll take the under. Yeah, it's gonna be a terrible game, and I look forward to watching every second of it and throwing my phone at the end.
It's a good one.
What about LSU Auburn? I'm not gonna touch it.
I'm not going to touch it, but the Tigers ain't lost to Auburn and Death Valley since 1999.
Oh wow!
They just announced Bo Nix was starting, right?
Was that a question?
Oh really?
Yeah, TJ Finley. They pulled him last week.
Oh, the great TJ Finley, LSU legend, who lost 44-11 last year to this Auburn team.
Yeah, so if he was starting. If he was starting, I think it would have been a guaranteed lock, like LSU covering.
It's a guarantee. Bo Nix is the worst quarterback in the world.
Bo Nix is so bad. It's not the other way around.
Bo Nix is not an NFL quarterback. But TJ, dude,
he's not a college quarterback.
Who said that? Yeah,
there are so many people before this season. There were so many people who included him in the top quarterback prospects. I saw it so many times.
People with Auburn degrees. Come on. Yeah. What the hell are you talking about? This guy has a triple op. This guy belongs in a triple option high school offense. He's not an SEC quarterback. He's not even a college quarterback. He should transfer. He's only there because it's a legacy, or he'd already be gone. He's been awful all 3 years. He had
Or
like
'cause
one
his
good
name is
game
cool.
against Bama. Yeah, I mean, Bo Nix
UConn this week.
I'll never bet
Maybe.
a cent on UConn.
I
but
fucking hate UConn, dude.
They freaking burned us last week. I can't believe it.
They're
I
playing
know.
Vandy this week.
Unbelievable.
It's because they brought in that freshman quarterback against Army, and like I think he's got the sauce.
They did. Yeah,
He's got the cover sauce. Like he can he at least gives them a little bit of life. They actually score some points. now.
Freaking Wyoming, man.
Wyoming's still undefeated too, and they had a close
Somehow.
game with UConn. Yeah, that's interesting.
What about Kentucky, Florida? How we feel about that? I like Kentucky.
I like Kentucky. They all that game's always close. This is such a big game for Kentucky. I mean, remember they blew that one game because I'm pretty sure Kentucky had a 30 game losing streak against Florida or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know if they broke that recently. But this is a big game for Kentucky every year. One of the biggest games on their schedule. They might be looking ahead against the mighty LSU Tigers.
They could be.
No, I don't think they're doing that. I think this is kind of their national championship every year. So I like that 7.5. I will take that. And I mean, Florida didn't look great against Tennessee. I still think the jury's out on them just because they played Alabama close for one half. They only played one good half in that game. I think the jury's still out on how good they are. I like the 7.5 with the Wildcats. Anything else on the college slate? Oh, Kansas State plus 10.5 against Oklahoma. Lock that one in. Oklahoma should be favored by more than 10 points against anybody. I mean, them and A&M need to have their own bowl game this year. I can't stand watching those two teams play, and they're so overrated. Jeez, man.
I got an underrated one for you, kind of off the radar. SMU is hosting USF. USF, I love fading USF in the first half. They haven't covered one all year. You can get SMU minus, I think it's 10.5 in the first half. I got that. I also took SMU team total over 44 because they freaking sling it. And USF sucks. I love it. I'm not taking the full spread though, but
I'll get in there.
I like SMU a lot. Yeah.
Wake Forest now. Speaking of our Wake Forest squad, they're 6.5 against Louisville at home. I'll take that. I'll still hop on them.
Does that feel like a trap at all, though?
I mean, a little bit, but I don't think too much. I mean, I think it's about.
Isn't Louisville awful?
I mean, they beat UCF. I think they are awful, but they did beat UCF. Their only loss is to Ole Miss, and we still don't really know how good Ole Miss is. So we'll learn a lot this week about both those teams.
I'm rooting for Wake in that one.
Yeah, I'll probably sprinkle some Wake. I think TCU, Texas. We haven't talked about that.
That one's kind of scary.
I don't know anything. I don't know enough about either of those teams to bet.
If I had to, I would take TCU just because Texas.
Texas has been covering this year.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, I think Texas is actually a pretty decent team. I think Texas is better than Texas A&M.
I think Sarkisian is by far the best coach they've had. I mean, I think
Atlanta Falcons great.
They're not gonna win a national championship under them, but they're not Tom Herman who's just gonna blow it.
I didn't even put this, but I think this is a lock. I think this is a lock. UCF minus 16.5 against Navy. Navy is one of the worst teams in football this year. Navy is a bad team. They're 0-3. They lost to Marshall 49-7. Central Florida should absolutely murder them.
I took that under. I took the under there.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the Navy having trouble scoring more.
Unless UCF scores 65. I don't know.
Yeah, Navy is a bad team. So that's one you might want to sprinkle. All right, let's go to the NFL.
You don't have any. I want to hear Alex's first.
Well, I'll start tonight. I think the over tonight is the play.
Nice.
I definitely think that the Bengals defense has actually been pretty good to start. And I get who they've faced. So, that definitely has a factor. They're not a good defense. They've just been playing well. But I think that I either think that it's going to be like a 13-7 game, or it's going to be just a complete high flying game. And I think the latter is so much more likely. Jacksonville's defense is abysmal. Cincinnati's defense has been playing well, but really isn't that good. I think that Trevor Lawrence is right there. I mean, he's still putting up points even in a shitty offense.
Yeah.
The offense has gotten better. They've been running the ball better too, which is a huge thing. In the first couple weeks, Jacksonville straight up didn't run the ball. They ran the ball 16 times in the first 2 weeks combined. So they're at least being more effective when they're doing that. So I like the over. The spread, I just don't know. I really don't know. There's so much. The public's all over Bengals, right?
I think so.
I mean, but you're also guaranteed probably 2 picks from Trevor Lawrence, so that's going to help the over too.
Especially on a flea flicker when you're at your own 10-yard line.
I mean, great call. I mean, that's Urban. Herb's going to herb,
Joe Burrow's had a couple moments where you're just like, oh, Jesus, he's still a rookie, basically. We're throwing some bad interceptions. So if there's a turnover prop, I bet
he had one game.
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, he's still making incredible decisions. I love Joe, but he's still he's obviously still making rookie mistakes.
Yeah, I mean in one game, but yeah, we'll see against the good Bears defense. But he only threw 3 touchdowns and 2 incompletions last week against the Steelers. But yeah, he was terrible.
I mean, I didn't say he was terrible. I just said that he still makes rookie mistakes, and that's so true.
Well, enough of your terrible pick.
He threw a pick last week too.
Oh, Jesus! More terrible information.
I will be mad if
he did not throw a pick. He did not.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at
it. He did not.
Yes, he did.
You're tripping, bro. You're tripping. How about the Bills 16.5 against the Texans? That's a lot of points. I think
so many points.
Give me. Oh my God! I'm gonna ride my horse. Let's go.
Davis Mills.
Texans. Give me Texans. Texans Nation. No, I bet on them last week and lost with the Panthers. That was a dumb bet.
I had the Panthers.
Yeah, no.
I like the Panthers. The Panthers. Well, actually, now that J.C. Horn is hurt, their defense is significantly worse. They did just trade for C.J. Henderson, but he's been a bum up until this point. But before J.C. Horn went down, dude, the Panthers defense was so for real. That D-line is sick, dude. That D-line is sick.
Panthers are get 4.5 against Dallas. I'm taking the Panthers there all day.
I feel like that's a good pick. Yeah.
I think Dallas is pretty good, 3-0 against the spread, but I don't know. I mean, the Panthers, that should be unless they just completely have a letdown game. But they have 10 days off. Dallas coming off a big Monday night win. I just feel like Carolina should at least keep it close. You're getting a pretty good amount of points.
I know I just sucked the Panthers off, but I think the Cowboys are also for real. I know this is going back and forth, but I like the Cowboys there. I think that because I bet against them last week on Monday night or this past Monday night, and I won't do that again. I mean, Dak is good. Dak is really good. Dak's easily a top 10 quarterback. The offense may not be great, but they have so many playmakers, they're going to put up points. Mike McCarthy is an idiot. Kellen Moore is the only reason that team is competent.
Yeah, no McCaffrey.
No McCaffrey.
Wasn't it last week we talked about taking McCaffrey for anytime touchdown scorer? It was minus 350, and then someone said, unless he gets hurt, and then what happened?
I guarantee you it was me saying that. I had him in 2 fantasy leagues last year, and he just died. So I had the number 1 pick in one of my leagues and just took Alvin Kamara. I was like, dude, I'm not taking McCaffrey again. He's gonna get injured. Unfortunately, he just has an injury problem. It's a thing.
I don't think he has an injury problem. He played every single snap for the first 3 seasons, and then in the 4th season, he had a season-ending injury.
He's going to be injured, bro. No, he had 3 different injuries, bro.
Okay, well, still, it was 1 season. Before that, he never missed a game.
I don't even know if that's true, but he gets injured all the time, and he's injured again. So I'm gonna go. That I'm right, and you're
Anyone
wrong.
taking the Eagles with me?
No way.
No.
His
Taking the
2017, 2018, 2019
Jalen-
never missed a snap.
Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he never missed a snap. He played every snap on the
Every single offense and defense.
Yeah. So there's no way I'm betting on Jalen Hurts again. That guy's a scrub.
Yep,
That's
I'm
fair.
done with
He
Jalen.
is what I thought. He is what I thought he was.
He's making me look really bad.
He just had a one good game against the Falcons, which
The
pretty much
worst team
anyone
in the
can have.
league.
Which was easy to predict. The Falcons
I'll
never win
tell
the
you-
first game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Washington football team is a lock. They will beat the Falcons this week. Without
I
doubt.
think so too. I don't think it's going to
Without
be
a
close.
I think you got an angry team that still thinks they can win a division, and they need to win this game. They need to take care of business. They still have a bad matchup for the Falcons' offensive line, and I like their offense. Like with Heineke isn't really a drop off. So I think they should take care of business, and all they basically have to do is win.
Yeah, you got
I mean,
Arthur Smith slapping belief signs.
Yeah, I mean
it couldn't be
listen.
worse in Atlanta right now.
Yeah, it's just
tough.
I think Washington's the play there. I mean, anytime you have the public, even if it's just by a smidgen, backing the Falcons, whew, that's rough.
Away.
Yeah,
The Browns Vikings is a total trap. Like I think the Vikings win that outright. Like that is far too close to just. I mean, it's -2 on my book, probably -1.5 everywhere else.
I love the Vikings.
I love the Vikings. That's just how they play football. Like Mike Zimmer loves to line up and just like smash mouth football, and that's what the Vikings do well. I think like for Mike Zimmer's defense to really succeed in this league again, like it's going to be if every offense goes back to running the ball more than they throw the ball. So I really like the Vikings this week.
Money line.
Yeah, I like
Money
it a
line.
lot.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a trap, so I could hop on there with you. I love betting traps.
Yeah. Also, Bears Lions is, I mean, how disrespectful to be like a 3-point. It's a 3-point spread. I mean, the Bears are fucking god awful. They are god awful. I'll never bet for the Bears ever. I mean, I know Justin Fields. They haven't announced a starter, have they, this week?
No, they said would be any three of them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I mean,
Foles
this
could
is
start.
Lions. I mean, this is a lock. Like the Bears are in disarray, man. The Bears don't even know what's going on.
I'll take the Bears.
I guess it depends who starts.
Yeah.
I guess it depends who starts.
I'll take the Bears. I mean, like, listen, 2 weeks ago they dismantled the Bengals, so like this is the NFL. Like
Their defense is sick. Their defensive line is as deep as any defensive line in the league.
I think you forget that if you don't bet the Bears, that means you bet the Lions.
Yeah. It's like if the Bears were playing like a respectable opponent, I'd be right there with you. But it's like the Lions have played pretty well this year.
They're not.
The Lions are playing very well under Dan
Right.
Campbell. Like he has them ready to go each week.
Yeah. I love how you can say that about the Lions are the only team you can say that about when they're 0-3. Like it's like, oh my god, they're playing great football. Dan Campbell is in the running for Coach of the Year, and they're fucking 0-3.
I think he might be if they pull this one out.
I'm not kidding you. The Lions could go 6-11, and he would be in. Like he deservingly should be in contention for Coach of the Year.
What about the Jets Titans game? The Titans suck.
So
they're
do the
really
Jets.
bad. Yeah, the Jets are really bad. I'm just saying, in general, the Titans are fucking bad.
I'll take the under.
They might not make the playoffs. I bet whatever that. I mean, there's no way that the AFC South is just so bad. They might make it because the AFC South.
Not the mighty Texans.
Right, because their division sucks.
Yeah, but they're not a playoff team. Like the AFC South may be worse than NFC North, or East. It might be worse.
Yeah, it is.
It's so bad.
Dude, Jacksonville, Houston, and Indianapolis are like not even aren't competent teams.
Yeah, I thought Indianapolis would be somewhat decent this year, and they're not good either.
Game of the week.
Seahawks, 49ers?
No, I was going to say Rams, Cardinals.
Cardinals, Rams. Yeah, gotta be.
It's still battle of the NFC West. It's going to be a big weekend.
Yeah,
I'm going Rams.
Yeah, I'm going Rams. I'm hopping on the Ram bandwagon.
Yeah.
That seems way too small. Like, I think the Rams should be like a touchdown favorite.
It looks like the Sharps are on the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was -6 to open.
I just
I
think
like
the
the
Cardinals
Cards.
get lucky, man.
I still
The
think the
Cardinals
Rams are
repeat.
significantly better than the Rams. But the Cardinals were always one of those teams, even when they weren't good, that played their division tight. You know,
Yeah.
Arizona's defense is for real. So, I mean, I think Arizona, last week, the Rams
what
made
does
the Bucs
Arizona's defense done to make them
rush the
believe they're
passer.
for real?
Rush the passer. J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones are off to an incredible start. They're both in the
Yeah.
top 10 of pressures.
Who did the Rams play? Who did they play last week?
The Rams played the Bucs and
No, not the
dismantled.
Rams. I watched the Rams game. Who did the Cardinals play last week? Because I know they let Kirk Cousins look like a Hall of Famer against them. So
I think they beat the Jags because that's the bet we lost.
Oh, they beat the Jags.
I am not in
So
the
what about the
business.
Cardinals?
Fucking
I'm-
Larson.
Yeah, nice
I'm
job,
disgusted. I am disgusted that ended the way it did. It seriously ruined my whole day.
Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury is a fucking idiot. He's a bad coach. He's
Yeah,
not a good
so are
coach.
you.
Look, if the Cardinals
you ever coached
dominated
before?
that game,
Oh,
if
yeah.
the Cardinals had dominated that and I should have lost, I would be like, you know what? I bet on the Jags and that sucks. But the Jags should have covered that game. I can't even. It doesn't
Do
matter.
we hop on the Green Bay bandwagon this week against Pittsburgh?
I had the over in that last game, and it was fucking cash money. I told you guys about it last week. This week, the public. I think this is the most heavily bet.
It is.
One-sided. I think the public is.
Yeah, but I think I might just jump on with the public. I watch Pittsburgh. They're awful. It's disgusting to watch. They have absolutely nothing going for
Mike
them.
Tomlin is not one of these head coaches, though, that just kind of rolls up to the next week. I think this is going to be a closer game than people think it's going to be.
And the
Because
Steelers
your
have
Packers
talent.
suck. Because your Packers suck. Just saying.
The
Steelers
Packers
have
honestly,
talent at positions that don't matter.
The
Like
Packers
running
are
back and
rolling.
wide receiver.
The Packers are rolling.
Their quarterback
But-
is terrible. Their offensive line's miserable.
Yeah,
They're
Big
hurt
Ben.
on
This
defense.
is
They're hurt
not
on
good.
defense. It's over for him, man. Let's just I say you just beat the Steelers to death. You just keep betting against them because I think they're gonna go 5-12 or something.
I'm gonna
6-11.
bet. I'm betting the Steelers because I believe in Mike Tomlin. Not
Yeah.
they'll win. But
I don't believe in him.
He's
overrated.
I like it.
Overrated.
He is
head
not
coach.
overrated.
Overrated head coach.
You know who's an overrated head coach?
Dan
Arthur
Quinn.
Smith.
Yeah, both are true.
Dan Quinn, he's got the boys rolling on defense, baby. Don't mess with them.
Dude, I'm telling you, the boys are
Is Mike
for real.
McCarthy? Is Mike McCarthy the best coach in the NFL?
Mike McCarthy's
People-
on the hot seat.
People are
Dan Quinn's
asking.
going to take over.
Yeah. Oh, dude, what if they did
Oh, that would
start
be
8-0, 8-0, and they fire McCarthy for Dan Quinn? They're like, we
That'd
know
be
it's
the
yours.
best thing ever.
We should have done that after the Super
Gosh.
Bowl and hired Kyle Shanahan, and we probably have a Super Bowl by now. But no, we didn't.
I think the play for the Packers-Steelers game is going to be probably the under. I think it's going to be an ugly game.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think you're wrong.
Probably
but
so.
We'll move on.
What about,
about
the
the Bron-
Bucks Pats?
Mac Jones, baby. I'm laying it all on Mac.
I think Brady's going to come in there and vaporize the entire stadium.
84% of the public is on
You see
Tampa Bay.
84. I see 93. I was
I
going
got
to
80.
say, I'm not betting
Holy
it,
shit.
but
I see 93 too. Never mind.
93% on the Bucks.
That's an absolute under. Dude, the Bucks are not a good team right now.
Their
I don't
defense
understand.
is shit. Their defense
Their
is
defense is bad. Dude, the Falcons almost beat them for a reason. It's not because the Falcons are good or have anything going for them. It's because the Bucks are a very, very, very overvalued team. And if anybody knows how to slow down Tom Brady, it's Bill Belichick.
That's a good point.
And I get I know people just. You're still they still got to win by probably double digits here to cover. So if this line gets up to 7.5.
Oh, if it's at 7.5, I have to take the Pats. I have to.
Yeah, I
With
have
all
to.
the-
It opened at 3.
And I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
That's
one thing.
crazy.
I think this is going to be. I know everyone's talking about Tom Brady, and I know I suck off Mac Jones basically every time I get the chance to. But I think this game is going to be the Mac Jones coming out party because I'm telling you, Mac Jones has a little bit of Tom Brady in him. The Bucks don't have a good defense. and he knows he's going to have to score. It's not going to be one of those games where he can just hand the ball and they can play like 20-13 football like they have all season. So I think they open up the playbook here, knowing they're going to have to score. And I think this is the game where people are like, damn, Mac Jones can really ball because it's on the big stage, and he's built for this. I'm telling you, I think this is going to be a big game for Mac Jones.
Yeah. I think that 93% is just ridiculous, and on that premise alone, I'm going Pats.
There's a ton of good games this week.
I think I have to.
There's a ton of good games. I mean,
Ravens Broncos is going to be legit.
From 4 o'clock on Sunday, I'm going to be in a coma with like 13 pieces of pizza in me.
Well, all the good games are afternoon games, it feels like.
God, I can't wait to eat pizza and do nothing all day Sunday. Holy crap.
That'd be great.
Yeah, dude, that 4 o'clock slate is bullshit because we're not going to be able to watch all 4. Those are all 4 great games.
I'll watch all of them. I'll go to a Taco Mac and eat 72 wings. Yeah.
What about Sunday night? Raiders, Chargers.
That's
Monday
night? God, dude. Get your days right. Are you drunk? Did you get on this drunk?
I've been drinking.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You're
because his house is so busy.
My house is busy.
I mean, this guy's out here in the wilderness, like shooting a pod. Probably on like 10 beers. Like he probably forgot where he was. What else have you done today?
Well, I like the Raiders. So
I really don't care about either of those teams. I think the Raiders.
I believe in the Raiders. I believe in John Gruden. Yeah. It's gonna spurn me, but I like the Raiders.
I believe in the Loch Ness Monster.
I will take the Chargers because I think Vegas has to come back down to earth at some point.
I think this is the year. Now? Their year. They might win the division.
Who?
They might win the division.
Who? The Chiefs?
This is Vegas' year to win the 6th seed or something.
Win the division. The division.
Vegas?
The division.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's
there's still 14 weeks left, dude. They're only 3-0.
A lot of time.
That's 14 wins for the old Raiders.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're starting to sound like Keyshawn Johnson. All right. Anything else? We wrapping it up?
Nah. Go Pack, go. And the Falcons suck.
Hey, no, Falcons. Hey, I've said this. I've been saying this. You don't want to watch. You don't want to catch the Falcons right now. We're hot. We're hot.
However many people took that the wrong way are idiots. I couldn't believe it. Like people were literally like, to your tweet about the Falcons. Baby. You don't want to see the Falcons right now, and everybody was like, "Are you serious?" It's like, obviously not. Like what?
You don't want to. Hey, you don't want to see us right now. I'm telling you, bro.
There hasn't been a colder team in NFL history than the Falcons are right now. Even after a win.
We'll beat the Jets next week.
The Jags.
I think the Jets are going to run away with it. Zach Wilson, 5 touchdowns, 300 yards.
I'm nervous for the Jets game. I mean, that's the state of the team right now.
No, I'm not nervous about any game because I have no expectations. I don't really give a shit.
That's a good point. Yeah,
that's a good
point.
Into
every game. I go into every game and like I watch. But don't get me wrong, like I love my shitbirds. Like I was like getting hyped for that Giants game. Like it was pumped to see us win one.
It was.
Like I know it, which is like sad, but like dude, like this is what I like. Just like I like as big a fan as I am. Like last year, like we get the Chiefs on the brink. Like I'm going nuts in the bar. I'm like, let's beat these motherfuckers. I don't care if it's for win number 3 out of like 16. Like who cares? Who cares? Like cheer for your team. Like you only get 16 games a week to watch your team play. Or, like if they're gonna be shit. So I enjoy every win, just like it's a playoff win for the Falcons because it feels like one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna end our show.
Let's do it.
Birds up. Call.
The Falcons